Guys, welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Adefila Kamal. I'm a business coach and I'm also an entrepreneur. And I am so happy that you are watching this channel right now. And I believe that's the best decision you are taking at the moment, because on this channel we shall be discussing about a lot of things about entrepreneurship, about financing, and about making money generally. And if this is your first time on this channel, click the subscribe button so you'll be the very first person to know when we drop a new video. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. I'm glad you are still watching. Today we shall be talking about the life of a very important man called Aliko Dangote. I know you've heard that name over 100 times, and I know in some quarters on television, on the radio, it's been pronounced thousands of times, and it has always been like that in the last couple of years, more than 20 years ago. Aliko Dangote is Africa's richest businessman, and of course he has been Nigerian champion for quite a long time, and that has made me very curious on what he has been doing right that has made him stay on the top of the ladder. Now, I know that this part of the world, we are so competitive. I mean Africa. Of course, we may have all our problems, but there are very large number of people that are doing business the right way. Now, what made Aliko Dangote stay on the top for that long, to an extent that upon all the skills and the finances that are also available to other people doing the kind of businesses Aliko does, what has made him stay where he is? Now, I found out 14 major points that I think helped Aliko stay where he is today, and I've broken it down in such a way that whether you are a big businessman or a small businessman, you should be able to pick a few things that will help your business. Now let's get straight into it. Number one, Aliko Dangote started business with $5,000. Then he got this loan from his uncle to go start the business. Now this has made me learn a few things about that. Who are you talking to on financing your business? Are you talking to the right person? Do you think you are making enough effort of the people around you? Many young entrepreneurs that I see today run from pillar to post, talking about businesses, talking about business ideas, but many of them are having difficulty in identifying very key people that could be of help to them, especially in their entrepreneurship destiny. And I think you should consider that. Reevaluate the people around you. Talk to the right person today. Now, Aliko Dangote moved to the right environment. Aliko Dangote started life, of course he was born in Kano, he's a Kano man all his life, but when he started businesses, when he wanted to start making money, Aliko left that place and went to the right environment, which is Lagos. In fact, I know for sure that Aliko Dangote stayed in Surulere for quite a long time, and of course I know that he related with quite a number of people, Yoruba, Igbos, and all tribes in Nigeria. Now, where are you citing your business? Are you in the right business environment? Do you think that environment where you are doing your business at the moment, is that where you should be? Move to the right environment. Business thrives more when you are in the right place, and I think you should also learn from that. Move to the right place. Now, another lesson I've learned about Aliko Dangote, which is the third one, is that Aliko does not compete, he dominates. Never compete, plan to dominate. A lot of businesses today are just looking at what the opponents are doing and doing a little improvement on it, and that is how they spend their entire entrepreneurship life. Don't plan to compete, plan to dominate. Outdo your competition. Make sure you stay at the right or at the edge of the ladder. Always be at the top. Number 4, prepare for eventualities. Aliko Dangote lost $7.8 billion in 2014. $7.8 billion. Now, that is more than foreign reserve of so many countries, I know. And is still in business up to today. The fluctuation of the naira, of course, the global economy had an adverse effect on Nigeria then. And of course, Dangote sources money from the stock market and all of that abracadabra. So that's really eats him. Now, one thing I learned about him is that he's always ready to come back. When you want to start off in business, or are you doing business, or what kind of business are you doing at the moment, always prepare for eventualities. I have had cause to interact with some business owners, some small scale business owner in the past. It was a particular guy. He had a poultry farm, and he had about, was it 15,000 birds at the time. I remember that out of the 15, of course, he got a loan from the bank to set up the poultry. He got about 3 million naira loan from the bank then, and out of the 20-something thousand birds, I think about 6,000 or 7,000, I couldn't remember, died as a result of flu. That was how that guy abandoned the business. Until today, he's no more a poultry farmer. He has been doing 9 to 5 for quite a very long time. So you must, when you are starting off in business, you must know that things like that are bound to happen. It's just like you putting a car on the road. The possibility of you getting home, of you not being bashed every day is just 50-50. First 20 years of Dangote Group, of Dangote business, Aliko Dangote never go on vacation. He never go on vacation. He has always been maintaining that business day and night, day and night, day and night. A lot, I've seen people, business coaches, say entrepreneurs don't sleep, you must constantly be doing this. No. Not going on vacation is quite different from not taking enough rest while you are doing your business. Of course, it's good to take some rest, and everybody has what works for them. That is very basic. And I think his reason for not taking a vacation for that length of time is best known to him. But I think 20 years is such a very long time, and of course it's paying off. Now, if you know that you can't do it, you can't leave your business, you can't continue doing, you must always take a break from whatever you do. That's what works in the environment we are today. Let me just put it, because we already have so many disturbing issues. You know, some people are doing entrepreneurship, having family problems and stuff like that, and once in a while you need to get away from it. But the main point what I want to make out of this is that entrepreneurship is not something you do part-time. He has remain on it. He has let the dream grow for 20 years. He didn't, no breaks, no transfer, no unnecessary travel, you know, for 20 years. Now, that leads me to the next point. Be consistent in business. Aliko Dangote has been consistent. I mean, he has been consistent. You know, when you listen to people that know him, he's very passionate. When Aliko Dangote sees you, the first thing he wants to talk about with you is how his business is going. And that is what you should also be doing. You know, you must make sure that you are always consistent. People must see the passion in you, in whatever you are doing. Even the banks, you know, they know that the Dangote Group is all about Aliko Dangote. He sleeps Dangote Group, he sleeps, you know, he talks it, and wherever they go, wherever he goes, people see that in him. And that's, I think, that consistency is very important. People judge it the wrong way sometimes. For example, a lot of people believe that he's getting government patronage, that's why he has been able to stay at the top. No. One thing I believe is that getting government patronage, not getting government patronage, what is most important is that those people must see that you are so passionate about whatever you do. And that passion will always reflect in the services or product that you sell, no matter what, because that's what will lead you to customer feedback. That's what will lead you to what people are saying. That's what will lead you to want to have a good review about a good review about your product and services. And that is what will make you want to always improve in whatever you do. Now, that leads me to the next one, which is number 7. Source for latest information about your business. A lot of people are just doing business the wrong way, you know. Many of them are doing the business the wrong way. They don't even know that the business has left them a long time ago. For example, people will start off on this track, and then over a long time they will not know that their competitors have gone far ahead of them. Let me take what all of us use today. Google, for example. Google is constantly moving. Google is constantly moving. I remember when many of us started using the internet then, we just go into Google and do searching. Today you can use voice search. Today you can use, and that's what has made them stay at the top. They have competitors, but you can hardly mention 4 other search engines. Many young entrepreneurs or many young men and women that uses these products can hardly mention any other product apart from Google. Now, what has made these people stay at the top? It is because they have remained consistent, and they have always ensured that they do enough research in what they are in the business they set out. Now, the next point is that be focused. Be focused. You know, one cannot overemphasize this. Be focused. Entrepreneurship is not something you do part-time. In fact, I don't see it as a part, as if you know that you really want to make it in business, or you really want to grow bigger, then you need to be focused. You need to see it as your all in all, you know, because if you fail, then it's not very, very good. Many people set out of, if 1,000 businesses set out, only about 100 or less than are still available in the next 10 years of that lifespan, you know. So what is the difference between both of them is not the money, you know, it's focus, because there will always be trying times in businesses. So you need to make sure that you remain focused, just like the Dangote group has, you know. Then another point I've discovered, which is number 9, is that you must think ahead. Aliko Dangote always think ahead. He is always ahead of his game. Let me give you an example. Before President Olusegun Obasanjo banned the importation of cement, then Aliko Dangote has always ensured that he set up cement plants. You know, he wants it to grow viral, and then I don't be so surprised if it was Aliko Dangote's idea to government to ban cement. Yeah, it's still part of business strategy. You know, for example, you might say that Nigeria is having deficit in so and so. Our employment rate is so low and stuff like that, and you can sell the idea for government. But the most important thing is that you must think ahead. Now, government has banned sugar importation. But before government banned sugar importation, Dangote has started planting sugarcane. I know he has a sugarcane plantation in Lafiaji in Kwara State, you know, and in so many other parts of Nigeria. That means he has already thought that, okay, if they ban the importation of sugar, then what is going to be the next phase? So he has already prepared for that next phase even before the next phase came, and that is what has always made him stayed at the top of his game. So always think ahead. Always make sure that you consolidate on whatever you are doing and then move forward. Think before the government. Think before your opponent. Make sure you are fast ahead. Now, the number 10 is that have a vision. Of course, before you start a business, you must have a vision. Now, some people started business, some people do business accidentally. What do I mean? You might just see an opportunity. Okay, we are in the corona period. Many people become accidental sanitizer producers and face mask producers and so many other things. Now, the truth is that many of these people might not even have idea of business, but they just know that yes, there is bricks money to be made there. The same thing that happens when we have this petroleum scarcity. People will just say, okay, I want to start selling petrol, and then after the scarcity they go into oblivion, and then, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that business is not part-time thing. You must have a vision, you must have a dream, and as long as that business is moving, then you must keep that dream. You must make sure that the dream and the vision you have, which is always big, you still maintain it. You must reevaluate the dream and the vision you have when starting a business, and of course that's what will keep you going. Now, number 11 is that do only things you understand. Do only things you understand. Dangote has opportunity to do 1,000,001 businesses in Nigeria, but he has decided to stick to things he understood. He's into cement, he's into energy, and he's into so many things. Now he's building the largest refinery in Africa now. In fact, the largest is a modular refinery or something like that, and the whole 4 refineries of the federal government of Nigeria is not even working at the moment. The federal government of Nigeria is waiting on Dangote Group to finish its own cement in Lekki axis and then start producing petroleum products for Nigerian people. Now, what has made him succeed in that? He does what he understood. He understood cement, he understood petroleum. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do research. You can do research, but make sure that you have all the opportunities, you have all the knowledge at your disposal before you go into the businesses you want to go into. Don't just venture into it because you think people are making money. Actually, I know that many people, when you ask them about their business, they tell you fine. When you tell them that how is this business moving, they tell you business is going on fine. But many people don't really want to tell you the nitty-gritty of what they face while doing that. Always constantly be doing research. In fact, you should, when your business starts growing, you must have people that does research for you for a fee. That's how best to make sure that you have the necessary research at your disposal. You need the knowledge you can get for businesses to thrive. Now, be bold. I don't want to use the word risk. No. People always say businesses, for you to make it in business, you must take risk or something. No, I think you just must be bold. Because when you use the word risk, people are taking on calculated risks in business, and then that's what frizzle them out over some period of time. But just be bold. Being bold and taking risk are two different things. You can have the heart that this business is likely going to make to blow, and then you just feel that, well, let me do it. That is just risk without you having the requisite knowledge of it. But sometimes a business might be worth $1 billion, and then you might want to just say, I want to, and then you see another business that may fetch you like 300%. You might just say, okay, let me just invest in it. Just understanding that it will fetch you that huge amount of money is not enough reason for you to say you want to invest in it. No, you must do all your research and then be bold to invest in it after doing all your research, everything. Don't just take on calculated risks. Dangote, I think the only Dangote product that I know has failed, that has not performed up to expectation, is Dangote Foods. There was a time he was producing dancer and things like that, and I know that those line of products were really not doing very fine. Now, he didn't wait until that business took him into problem or bankrupt him. No, he knows exactly when to stop. So of course, he might have been advised by some people that, okay, you will do well while producing food and stuff like that and everything. So he just decided, okay, let me invest, let's give it a shot. And of course, when Dangote is investing, he invests real big. And he invested, and the business did well for some time, came down, and I think I've not really seen any of their products. But all in all, Dangote has been doing very, very fine in other things. In fact, Dangote salt, Dangote sugar, and they are quoted on some other stock exchange outside the shores of the country, and that's to tell you how people believe in him. Now, what is your strategic plan? It is important that I put this in. What is your strategic plan? I know that Dangote has a strategic plan which he reviews from time to time, but many people are just doing business without having the necessary strategic plans, of course, and that is why businesses fail, especially small scale business SMEs. Many of them just form a business proposal for the purpose of getting a loan, and once they get this loan, they just abandon the proposal and then move with anything that flows. No, you must have a strategic plan which you must review. If it's just like the Da Vinci Code. Da Vinci has spoken about aeroplanes flying over in some very far distant years and all of that. And of course, Bill Gates bought the diary for about 32 or 35 million US dollars. Now, those are people that have plans. They know what they are doing. They've been able to put down their vision and their dream into a document, and which they put under their bed. So as long as they continue to do a review of it, as long as that business starts running, they bring it out, review it, know their pros and cons, compare the vision they have to what they have on grant, and then forge ahead. And I know that, of course, I have not been to Dangote's bedroom, but I know that I must have a sketch from which he dishes out all this business plan. Now, number 14, which is most important: your name is your most valuable asset. Your name. Are you into products? Are you into services? Are you into sales of tangible products? Your name is your most valuable asset. In fact, I was telling a friend, I said, if Dangote needs 10 private jets, he doesn't need the cash in his pocket before he can get it. If you just approach Boeing and say, my name is Aliko Dangote, I need 10 private jets, Boeing will just let him have all the private jets. Then later they start discussing the payment modalities. Why? Because Dangote has over the years ensured that his name is not has not been on the wrong side of the law. He has always been doing business lawfully according to the Nigerian law where he operates, and in so many other countries where he also operates. He has made sure that he has stayed on the line of business, despite it's easy for a man that big to do business in a very shady way to take it to the top, but it will always have repercussions. Your word must always be seen as a creed or an agreement. When you say something, people must always believe you. In business, when you are selling, when you are telling somebody that this thing is 10 kg, then they don't even need to weigh it. They must believe that because it is coming from this particular brand, then it is indeed 10 kg. If you are telling somebody that I'm taking a loan from you of 10 million naira, this is how I'm going to invest the money, and this is how I plan to pay it back, then you must follow the terms of the agreement to the very, very latter. And that is why every bank in the world, including the IMF, the World Bank, they are willing to borrow Dangote any amount of money he has. Now, that is it for today. Please don't forget to subscribe once again, and be sure that on this channel you will get very, very important tips to make sure that in this entrepreneurship you make money and you are bigger than Aliko Dangote. See you next time. Thank you.